back to another episode of the Technic Trials with your host Nighthawk. I thought I'd start off by giving a quick tour of what we built in the last episode with the treehouse. I've done a little bit more cleanup work and expanded it a little bit more in preparation for this episode. And like I said, first we'll climb up the top of the top of the treehouse and take a quick look around. Then we'll get started into Thaumcraft. I haven't done a whole lot with Thaumcraft yet. I played with it a little bit on my demo world that that I use as a experimentation spot. But I'll be learning a whole lot about it with alongside of all of you guys. So this is the front of the treehouse. As you can see, I've finished building out the front deck here. I haven't decided how I want to put up any sort of railing. I think it needs something just to help keep from the accidental fall off the edge or anything like that, because yeah, that would be bad at this point. Fairly basic style. I haven't done much inside for completeness yet, but I did finish up the windows on both sides and got all the doors put on. And then I also came over here and built out the decking on the side here and started building up another platform. And this platform up here is where we're going to do the majority of our Thaumcraft work. As you can see, I started putting some railing around this one, and I'm not sure if I like the way that railing is set up yet, but for now that'll give a little bit of safety area, but still have to be careful here. I'm going to leave this platform open to the air. I'm not going to actually put a building on top of it. Thaumcraft just seems to me to have that more mystical feel, and seems like it should be open to the air just in general. More from a game side of things, it just seems right. Then I came over here and built a small little room into the side of the hill that we're going to use as a crystal farm here. So, yeah, and then I went and did a little bit more mining, cave exploring, and rounded up a bunch more crystals and some additional resources that we're going to need for the Thaumcraft side. So what we'll start with here, might as well leave that door open, is we'll come over here and pick up all of our Viz crystals. You get the Viz crystals by exploring the caves primarily. You can get them through some of the Thaumcraft items as well later on, but the primary spot you get them is through cave exploring and mining. And the other thing that you can do is you can farm them as well. Once you have 9 of a specific crystal type, you can put them in a crafting bench just like so, filling up every spot, and you get a vaporous Viz ore. Now these ores can be planted to start a farm, and they'll grow additional crystals on top of them. So my ultimate goal is to get at least one crystal growing for each of the crystal types. Right now we only have enough to do 3 of them. So we'll take these over to the farm and get these 3 crystal types planted so they can start growing. Get them put on the hotbar here. And that way we can start that growth process, which I'm guessing is probably going to take a while. I'm not sure if they need space all around them or not. Looks like they just... So this is what the crystals look like in the inside the caves. So looks like we can basically put them anywhere, because that's what they should end up only taking that single block to grow. We'll spread them out so that if there's any chance that they can spread or anything like that, then they'll have plenty of room to do so. And there's our first 3 crystals put together and ready to start growing. Now, Thaumcraft is heavily based on research. So one of the first things, and part of the thing for growing the crystals is you want to be able to harvest them without breaking the source crystal. And in order to get the item that is required to do that, gotta clean up these rats here. No rats allowed up here. no boars either. Anyway, in order to get the access to the item that allows you to harvest without breaking the crystals, we need to do a little bit of research. In Thaumcraft, that's done using this Quasitym device. So let's look at the recipe here. Oh, and I forgot to go collect one additional item for that. I don't have any ink sacs yet, so we're going to have to go hunt down a squid to get one of those ink sacs. So we'll start by doing that. We'll put some of this stuff away just so we don't have to worry about it here. Put the crystals over here. Eventually I'll move all the crystals and everything out to the Thaumcraft deck platform up there. But for now, my sapphire sword's getting low too. Let's go down to the water and see if we can find us a squid. And it looks like we've got more sugarcane available over on the sugarcane farm as well. We need a lot of paper in order for the Thaumcraft research. Ouch! That hurt. And apparently I'm hungry too. All fed up here. Anyway, we need a bunch of paper in order to do the Thaumcraft research, so we'll keep harvesting a bunch more sugarcane and plant a couple of spots that I knocked down too far. More reeds. Because, yeah, we need lots and lots of paper in order for it to do the research. We'll also want to make books and things like that as well in order to speed up the research process as well. The books are one of the better items to use as a booster, which we'll get into in a couple minutes here. So yeah, let's go see if we can find a squid. Come here, squid. Where are you? All we want is some ink. All this water and not a squid to be found. How is that even possible? Little spot to peek into the caves there. Oh, I see some sharks. Or a shark and a dolphin, looks like. So it looks like from Mo Creatures we could actually cheat a little bit and have it spawn in some squids, but yeah, that just seems too much like cheating, so we won't do that. Let's try over on the other side here. Oh, and there's one of the Thaumcraft items, world items that he generates. This is a monolith. Not much we can do with that at this time. There's a village that I'd found much earlier. Let's see, where did the other water go? I'm going the wrong direction. Wandering around here in the middle of the middle of nowhere. And let's go collect this sugarcane while we're over here. Should collect some of that clay too. We'll need lots of clay later on as well. And a snake before it kills me. And poisons me, so yeah, that'll be fun. Let's collect some clay, just because we happen to be here and see it. And that'll be enough for now. Let's see. Any squids to be found? Why is it when you don't want to find them, they're all over the place? And now I'm looking for one, I can't find one anywhere. Where are you, squid? I wonder, is there any other way of getting ink sacs? Oops, not that one. Doesn't look like it. Where, oh where could we find a squid? Oh, sun's going down. This will get a whole lot more exciting with the sun down. More reed, because, yeah, we're going to need lots of that. I don't see a single squid out there. I don't even see any other creatures out there either. What's going on here? I'm going to check the Mo Creatures settings just to make sure that squid spawns are not disabled entirely, because that would be annoying. Not that one. Squid frequency 3. Let's turn that off. Okay, where are all the squid hiding? Let's at least head back over in the general direction of our base here. Swimming, swimming, swimming. Things are going swimmingly, right? Well, they'd be going much more swimmingly if we found some squid. Some jellyfish over there. Somewhere. Ah, there they are. Oh, and we are running right smack into them. Where are all the squid? There's gotta be squid somewhere. I think that's a dolphin. Yeah. And anything down here? No. Nothing over there. Maybe I will spawn in a couple of squid just so we can make some progress here. That seems like a good idea, because they're nowhere to be found. Normally, the squid are all over the place. So let's do that. That's not cheating too much. Remote creatures, insta-spawner. Let's see if we can find it without clicking all the way through it. Where are you squiddies? Here's squid. I can't spawn in squid. Squid are not included in the spawn-in availability? Well, that's annoying. Okay, how about we do this? Let's go squid frequency. We'll take it up to 6. Nah, 7. Okay, back to game. Let's see here. There we are. It's kind of weird. I was stuck for a moment. Okay, let's swim around a little more and see if we can find some squid. Maybe we'll manage to spawn some in now that we increased the spawn rate. No. Poison me, jellyfish. Let's sink down and pick up the sticky slime ball there, because we'll probably need that for sticky pistons later on, and it's always good to have as much of that as possible. Even with equivalent exchange, I'd still rather use as much stuff without swapping things around with condensers and everything else as possible. I won't shy away from using condensers and everything else to morph items when it makes things easier, but yeah, it kind of seems more fun to actually use the industrial craft tools to switch items around and sort things and everything else like that, so I don't want to take away the challenge of building things more, at least semi-vanilla style. Okay, so let's see here. There's gotta be some squid hiding somewhere. I see a nice big ogre over there. jellyfish. And a zombie trying to chase me down. He just wants hugs. Okay, there's gotta be some around here somewhere. Okay, I will be back once I actually find some squid and get the ink sac that we need to continue on here. Okay, and we're back, and I just found a couple of squids and collected some ink sacs from them, so now we should have everything we need. Head back up to the treehouse here, and let's craft up a quasitum and start our research process. And see if we can figure out how to get to the crystal bell, which is the Thaumcraft item that we need in order to harvest our crystals without breaking them. If we end up breaking the crystals instead of just harvesting them, well, it doesn't make much sense to plant them at that point, because it takes way more crystals to make one that you can plant than you ever collect. Don't tell me I don't have any feathers. Right, so yeah, I'll be back in one more second here. Okay, and now I've got a feather from the chicken there. So, yeah, now we can actually build this quasitum. So we need feather, ink sac, gold, some glass. Let's see, do I have any smooth stone cooked up? Let's get some of that cooking here. We'll just stick the whole stack in there, that's fine. And let's see, what else did we need? A glass bottle. So let's make that real quick. We got the glass in hand here. We're going to take glass and put it like so. And there's our glass bottles. And now we're just waiting for some smooth stone to cook up so we can make the quasitum. And almost there. One more second. And now we have enough. Now we have enough smooth stone. So we're going to go back to the quasitum recipe, tell it to actually show us, and put the stone there, put a bottle up here, a feather, some ink, and some gold bars. And take out one little quasitum. And while we're standing here, we'll make some more paper, because we'll need lots of paper here. Get some more. That's good for the time being. Take out the rest of the paper. Well, we only need one stack with us. So now we got our got paper, we got our quasitum. We can put the rest of the stuff back in here. No, I need you. Nope, this stuff goes in the other chest. Get back out here. That goes in here, that goes in here. Leather's in here. Yeah, bones are somewhere else. Okay, that's good. We'll stick the chicken and seeds. More seeds. Okay, let's go back over here to our lovely little Thaumcraft area. And we're going to stick the quasitum in this corner right here. Now, eventually we're going to want to put in bookshelves around the quasitum. There's another item that also boosts the research rate, but bookshelves are one of the better ways to boost research rates on the quasitum. Let's take out a bunch of stuff here, because we're going to play with some research anyway. No fur. So, no, we want to keep cocoa beans. Those are good. Cocoa beans are yummy. So we'll take all of this stuff, and we're going to start by researching the crystals here. And basically what happens is we put the first of all, the quasitum here has a whole bunch of different slots in it. This upper right spot is where you put paper. All the research takes, when it discovers something, it writes it down on paper and drops it in one of these 9 boxes here. The item you're researching goes in this upper left corner here. So we're going to put our crystals up there. these two slots are boosters. So if we put stuff like, say, dirt's not going to boost a whole lot, but it boosts a little bit. The success rate is currently at 6% now. So that means it's only 6% of the time is it actually going to give us the research output. If we try putting some crystals in there, it gets us to 11%. These items can be used up in the research process, though. It doesn't always use them, but sometimes it will. I suppose we should make a bunch of books, because those do make pretty good boosters for the cost. So like right now we're at 8% success rate. Let's try a spider eye in there. Wow, that just disappeared. So as you can see, our crystals are just getting consumed and we're not making any progress here. So let's go make some books. And I think this is still the old recipe, so we don't need leather to make them. We'll go in here, grab some paper, and I think it's just like that. So we'll make a couple of books here. There we go. Back up to the Quaestum, then that should at least give us a little bit more of a boost to work with here. And stick our crystals back in there. Well, we're up to 11%. So not great, but if we put it there. Oh, we had it higher for a moment. And now we're back down to 5%. So yeah, I think we want to harvest a bunch more stuff to use as boosters here. Or maybe if we put... I don't want to waste the artifacts here. Let's research this stone tablet just so we can see what actually happens when you succeed on something here. Since 80% should succeed maybe a few times. So when you succeed on research, it gives you these fragments, and sometimes it'll give you, you think it's usually fragments that it gives you. Oh, and that one even gave us a theory directly. So then you take the theory, and you stick the theory in here. Theories have these little blobs that it just has to fill up, and you won't ever lose the theory in the research process, but it can take a while to research it sometimes if the success rate isn't high enough. And there it advanced one. It takes a little while to advance, but once it fills up the bar here, then it will give us a discovery, which we can then use. Once we get that discovery, then we can actually start creating new items from Thaumcraft. So we'll leave that go while we go and make the next Thaumcraft item that we're going to need, which is a crucible. Now the crucible, we need, I think we need a bunch of cobblestone. Let's see here, we need, if I look it up here right, oops, there we go. So we need a furnace, a cauldron, and any crystal. And the cauldron is made with iron, so I need iron. That's what else I need. There we go. Need to put some of this stuff away. Put the eggs in there, put string in there. Let's see here. This other stuff I think goes over here. Gunpowder away. Yeah, that's enough room. So we'll start by making our cauldron. There we go. Then we'll make a furnace. There's our furnace. Gonna put the cauldron in the middle, furnace on the bottom, and any crystal on top. So that gives us a crucible. And then one last item that we'll make at the same time here is a... okay. Oh, it's the Thaumic Infuser, is the one that we want. So we need more smooth stone, more iron, and a stone slab. Stone slabs are easy enough. Now we got enough of the stone here. Get some slabs. Put the slab up on top, 3 smooth stone at the bottom, iron on the sides, and a crystal in the middle. And this Thaumcraft infuser is, well, it lets you use the Thaumcraft energy to make items, give items magical power. So we're going to put another torch there because it looked a little dark. And we have a discovery. Let's see what the success rate on these is. 25%. That's not bad. Put all of those in there. Grab our discovery. And there we can see how we make a Quicksilver core. And it says this upgrade increases the speed of devices or Thaumcraft creations it's attached to. So we take some Quicksilver, a crystal, and a stone slab, and we get a Quicksilver core. But before we could do that, even if we were ready to, we need to actually set up our crucible and infuser. So we're going to put the crucible here, and we're going to put the infuser right next to it. Later on, we'll actually spread things out a little bit more and use some Viz conduit to connect things. Now, in the infuser, we just take any items. Some items have better smelting value, better value for them, so you get more Thaumcraft energy from them. And the energy is a combination of Viz energy and taint energy. So we'll throw the bones in there. Sure, why not? And on the infuser, you get this pretty screen here. All of these boxes on the outside here are input slots. And the center here is where the item that you're making will appear. And sometimes there's additional items that will show up on the bottom here. So one of the things that we're going to need quite a bit of over the Thaumcraft time is enchanted wood. So we'll come over here. We need regular wood to make it. And let's go ahead and grab some planks and make a couple more chests. I hear a ghost in the background there somewhere. Don't know where he's hiding at the moment, but yeah, hopefully he won't disturb us too much. We can always beat some sense into him if we need to. So we're going to move put the Thaumcraft items over here. Put our discovery in here. Now, once you read the discovery, you don't actually need to keep it handy anymore. And we got 3 different theories that we can research. And these are 3 different, well, 2 weapons and 1 item that helps us later on in some of the other stuff in Thaumcraft. So we'll stick that one in the research spot and let it start developing the next item there. We're going to stick a couple of pieces of wood in here and stick some crystals here. Oh, can't do it with tainted crystals. Regular Viz crystal. And we need more Viz energy. So what do we have that's more valuable here? We don't really want to use the crystals. We'll toss a bunch of rotten flesh in here. We don't need all the rotten flesh anyway. And you can see we've now got 8 of the enchanted wood, and we're going to need more of that later on as well. And also, if you look, you can see the color of the goo in the crucible here is much darker now. That's because the Viz energy has been used by the infuser, and what we're left with is the taint energy that can start doing some nasty things to the world if we're not careful in how we use it. Let's see here. What else do we have that we can throw in there? Don't want to go using up all the good stuff. I'm going to put all of the other research items in this chest here. And let's go back in the main house. Now, I think the value that we're looking at is the smelting value. That is how much energy is available when you put that item into the crucible. We could collect a bunch of leaves to stick in there, I guess. Let's see, what else do we have here? Nothing super valuable. Spider eyes have a bit. Some of the more valuable things like diamonds will, or diamond blocks will basically flood your system with the thaumic energy almost instantly. And let's see here. Don't want to use my gems. How about that? No. Gunpowder, that'll do. We'll leave one of them here just so we can convert to it later on if we need to. Wonder where that ghost is. Let's see, where is he? Is he up? Is he actually up here, or is he on the ground somewhere? He's probably way down below. I haven't seen much of anything actually spawn up in the tower, up in the treehouse area, so kind of be surprised if he's up here. Definitely hear him around somewhere, though. Must be below. Probably shouldn't be outside the fence like that. Okay, we'll come back over here and toss a couple of spider eyes in there. And that still wasn't enough to finish it up. Toss a couple more. There we go. So you can see in the secondary output we've got some depleted crystals. Those can be useful later on. And we have a bunch of enchanted wood. A lot of the recipes in Thaumcraft do use the enchanted wood, so we'll want to make sure we keep a good stock of that. Stick the next theory in there, and let's read this one. So this is the Sword of the Zephyr. It says, this enchanted thaumium sword is able to call upon the powers of the wind to summon lightning amongst groups of enemies, pull your enemies towards you, or even grant the power of flight. So yeah, that sounds like it's a fun one. And I just looked at our recording time as well, and it looks like it's about time to end this episode. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please go ahead and click like and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out and lets me know what you guys like and where we can go in the future. Thanks very much for watching. Have a good day.